Welcome back to the Community Corner podcast, where we explore the companies in the S500 through the lens of behavioral finance. I'm Arnav.
And I'm Nikhil. Today, we're focusing on Altria Group, Inc., a major player in the tobacco industry, known for its iconic brands like Marlboro. Altria has been a leader in the U.S. tobacco market for decades, and it's also expanding into alternative products like e-cigarettes and cannabis. We'll be discussing how behavioral finance impacts their decision-making, diversity and inclusion efforts, adaptation to different markets, and how they compare to other companies in the industry. Let's get started.
Altria has been a dominant force in the tobacco industry for years. From a behavioral finance perspective, how do biases like the status quo bias and framing effect influence their decision-making, especially in areas like product development and customer engagement?
The status quo bias is particularly relevant to Altria's approach, especially in how they manage their product portfolio and customer engagement strategies. In the tobacco industry, customers often prefer to stick with established brands and products due to habit and the perceived reliability of well-known brands. Altria leverages this bias by maintaining a strong focus on their flagship products like Marlboro, ensuring consistency in quality and brand image. This approach helps Altria maintain a loyal customer base and reinforces the dominance of their key products in the market. The framing effect also plays a significant role, particularly in how Altria approaches the marketing and introduction of new products. The framing effect refers to the tendency for people's decisions to be influenced by the way information is presented. Altria uses this bias to their advantage by carefully framing the benefits of their alternative products, such as e-cigarettes and smokeless tobacco, in a way that highlights harm reduction compared to traditional cigarettes. By positioning these products as a safer or more socially acceptable alternative, Altria can attract health-conscious consumers who might otherwise avoid tobacco products.
And this focus on leveraging the status quo bias and framing effect has helped Altria maintain its leadership position in the tobacco industry, appealing to both customers and investors who value brand loyalty and market dominance.
Exactly. Altria's strategic use of the status quo bias in maintaining their core products and the framing effect in promoting alternative products appeals to investors looking for a company that balances traditional strengths with a cautious approach to innovation. However, this approach also means that Altria must carefully manage the risks associated with regulatory pressures, shifting consumer preferences, and the growing demand for tobacco alternatives, particularly as the industry faces increasing scrutiny and competition.
Let's talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion at Altria. As a major player in the tobacco industry, DEI is particularly important for Altria. How does this intersect with behavioral finance?
Altria's approach to DEI is crucial, especially as the company operates in a highly regulated and socially scrutinized industry where inclusivity can drive better decision-making, corporate responsibility, and community relations. From a behavioral finance perspective, strong DEI initiatives can enhance Altria's ability to innovate and build trust with a diverse range of stakeholders, including employees, customers, and regulators. A commitment to DEI allows Altria to attract and retain top talent from various backgrounds, which is essential for maintaining its competitive edge in the tobacco and alternative products industry. For investors, Altria's focus on DEI can signal that the company is socially responsible and aligned with modern societal values, which can enhance its reputation and appeal to ESG-focused investors. Additionally, DEI efforts can help Altria build stronger relationships with communities and advocacy groups, reinforcing its brand as one that values inclusivity and ethical leadership.
Investors are increasingly considering DEI when evaluating companies, especially in industries like tobacco, where the ability to foster inclusivity and respond to social expectations is critical to long-term success.
That's right. By embedding DEI into their corporate culture and community engagement strategies, Altria not only improves its ability to serve a broad range of stakeholders but also strengthens its market position and attractiveness to socially conscious investors.
Moving on to market adaptation, Altria operates in a highly regulated and socially conscious industry. How does the company adapt to changing regulations and consumer attitudes, and what role does behavioral finance play in this?
Altria's strategy involves continuously adapting its product offerings, marketing strategies, and regulatory compliance to meet the evolving legal and social landscape while maintaining its focus on profitability and customer satisfaction. From a behavioral finance perspective, this adaptability is crucial for managing the risks associated with regulatory changes, shifting consumer attitudes towards tobacco, and the growing demand for alternative nicotine products. Altria's ability to understand and respond to new regulations such as those related to tobacco advertising, product labeling, and nicotine content allows it to stay compliant and competitive. By proactively investing in reduced-risk products like e-cigarettes and exploring new markets such as cannabis, Altria can mitigate risks and capitalize on opportunities in the evolving tobacco and nicotine market.
And this adaptability is essential for Altria, especially as they face competition from other tobacco companies and the increasing pressure from public health campaigns and regulatory bodies. Their ability to maintain their brand's relevance and leadership in a changing industry is key to their continued success.
Exactly. Altria's focus on understanding regulatory environments and adapting its strategies accordingly allows them to remain a dominant player in the tobacco industry while staying ahead of emerging trends and challenges. However, this also requires them to be proactive in responding to changes in consumer preferences, regulatory pressures, and technological advancements.
Now, let's compare Altria to other companies in the tobacco and nicotine products sectors like Philip Morris International, British American Tobacco, and Reynolds American. How do the behavioral finance dynamics differ?
Altria's dynamics are often compared to other tobacco giants like Philip Morris International, British American Tobacco, and Reynolds American, particularly in their approach to product development, market expansion, and competition. Altria's strength lies in its focus on the U.S. market and its iconic brands, appealing to investors looking for a company that balances market dominance with a cautious approach to innovation. Philip Morris International, with its emphasis on international markets and reduced-risk products like IQOS, appeals to investors interested in a company that prioritizes global reach and innovation in harm reduction. British American Tobacco, known for its diversified product portfolio and strong presence in emerging markets, attracts those looking for a company that is driving advancements in alternative nicotine products. Reynolds American, with its focus on the U.S. market and leading brands like Camel, appeals to investors interested in companies that integrate traditional tobacco with new product innovations. Altria's behavioral finance dynamics are shaped by its reputation for brand loyalty, strong market presence, and adaptability, making it an attractive option for those seeking stability and growth in the tobacco industry.
And unlike Philip Morris International, which focuses heavily on international markets and harm reduction, Altria's strength lies in its dominance in the U.S. market and its iconic brands, appealing to a different type of investor and market.
Absolutely. Each of these companies has its own behavioral finance dynamics that influence how investors perceive their value and potential risks. For Altria, the focus on brand loyalty, market dominance, and cautious innovation provides a unique value proposition in the tobacco industry.
To sum up, Altria's approach to business is deeply influenced by behavioral finance principles, whether it's through their product development strategies, adaptation to changing regulations, or their approach to DEI. But like all companies, they are still subject to the biases and perceptions that can influence investor behavior.
That's right. Understanding these dynamics provides a clearer picture of what drives Altria's stock price and where the potential risks and rewards lie.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Community Corner podcast. Until next time, I'm Arnav.
And I'm Nikhil. Stay curious and keep questioning the narratives.